Bucket naked.
Please hit the gym. Please hit the gym, and the pH needs to be balanced as well.
I've been drinking. Can't keep your eyes up on right now.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back. JLerone presents, where we talk about the facts, foolishness, and black female fuckery. Today's video is one by The Average Man Unplugged, where he's going to be, reacting to a video of this woman talking about if you don't vote for Kamala Harris, then you're not probably going to get any sex. Women are out here withholding sex from their men because they want them to vote for Kamala Harris, right? So again, it's just another tactic of, suppressing men's voices. Like, if you don't want to vote for Kamala, you shouldn't have to. Nobody should force you or anything like that. And for a lot of these women, they're using sex as a weapon. Like, if you don't do what I say, if you don't vote for Kamala, then, we're not going to sleep together. And that's ruining a lot of relationships, right? And all in all, it's just another way to make you, to emasculate you, basically. You know what I'm saying? So you guys need to watch out for that. A lot of these women are doing that, getting into fights with their, loved ones, family members falling out over this thing, man. And it's just ridiculous. I say, do your research. Don't let anybody strong arm you or make you do anything you don't want to do. If that person's trying to make you do something that you don't want to do, they really don't care about you. That's my take on it. So we're going to go ahead and get into this video, you guys. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, share. It helps the channel grow. All right, fair use, fair use.
Good morning, you guys. I hope that y'all's morning and week is off to a good start. I just wanted to touch on something that I noticed that I find very unfortunate. I see that there are a lot of women who are actually falling out with the men in their lives because these men refuse to vote for Kamala Harris. I actually saw a video on here, and I do edit the video, but TikTok took it down because it violated community standards because some of the things that the people in the video were saying. But there was a young lady that actually wished unaliving on a young man because he refused to support Kamala Harris. Now, most of the dialogue that I have noticed has not been that.
Well, we're going to go back on that. This woman wished that, the man in her life would be unalived, right? Because he didn't vote for Kamala. Let's just go back and listen to that again.
Their lives because these men refused to vote for Kamala Harris. I actually saw a video on here, and I do edit the video, but TikTok took it down because it violated community standards because some of the things that the people in the video were saying. But there was a young lady that actually wished unaliving on a young man because he refused to support Kamala Harris.
That's crazy. That is ridiculous, man. You mean to tell me y'all out here trying to unalive people because somebody doesn't want to vote for Kamala or Kamala? This is what I'm talking about. This is the ridiculousness. This is the stupidity. I mean, the stupidity, the stupidity of people now. We've gotten to a point to where if you don't do what I say or if you don't vote the way I want you to vote, then you know, I want you to be unalive. They don't care. It's like now, you know, Trump also was had a second assassination attempt. If you don't agree with me, you know what I'm saying? Just because our views are different, then that's something's wrong with that. You know, that's crazy. You can't even, like I say, as men, we can't even think the way we want to think. We can't have our own views and opinion. Now we gotta basically fear for our lives. That's crazy. Just cause you have a difference of opinion. Let's keep it moving, man. Let's see what else they got to say.
Now, most of the dialogue that I have noticed has not been that extreme, but there are women that are falling out with their men, you know, that they're dating or, you know, whatever. Their brothers, cousins, homeboys, uncles, like dads, like they are really mad at these men because these men refuse to vote for Kamala Harris. And I just feel that's not a wise thing to do.
It's not.
To alienate your protection, you know, your warrior class. It's just not wise to do that, because when November comes and goes, there's going to be a backlash from one side or the other. If Kamala wins, there's going to be a backlash from the right. If Kamala loses, there's going to be a blame game from the left. So either way it goes.
And she's absolutely right. You know, if Donald Trump wins, there's going to be a blame game. You know, the Democrats are going to come out and blame the black men. Y'all didn't support her. How could you? It's going to be more shame, blame. You know what I mean? And on the other end, if Kamala wins, right? If Kamala wins, then you're going to have the Republicans probably coming out saying that it was rigged. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, that the Democrats stole the election. So you're going to have, there's going to be a lot going on in this election. And the thing is, whatever happens, Kamala's going home. She's going back to her Indian. She ain't worried about y'all after this election. If she loses, if she does lose, and you know everybody's running up and down the streets yelling, "Oh, y'all black men failed us. Y'all didn't vote for Kamala." Then Kamala don't. She's going home. She's, you know what I mean? I mean, you know what I'm saying? She gonna wash her hands of this mess. It ain't gonna be like she gonna be out there yelling and screaming too. She just gonna sit back and watch the fireworks. All right, but yeah, let's keep it moving.
There's going to be a backlash, and frustration is going to be taken out on a particular archetype. Okay?
Yep, exactly.
Now, Kamala ain't worried about this because she's going to go back to being Indian. She's going to go back to being Indian and snuggle up with Doug and go back to sleep. That's what Miss Imhoff is going to do. But, and a lot of you women may say, well, that's fine. I don't need a man.
And Imhoff is actually her last name.
I don't need a man to protect me. Cool. You know what I'm saying? If that's how you feel, you know, okay. But I just don't think it's wise to alienate our men or tear down our men or push them away from us because they refuse to support a candidate that we want to support. And when I say we can't supporting, I don't support Kamala. At this point, I have not made up my mind yet, because as you know, there are.
And at the end of this video, there's going to be another one, right? I'm going to show you guys another video. It's going to be of Anton Daniels. He's going to talk about his interview he did on the streets of Detroit, where he interviewed people. And we're going to hear what he had to say. Pretty much the same sentiment of guys simping, saying that they're going to vote for Kamala just because their women want them to. So it's going to be after this. It's coming up, all right?
Third party candidates. So I really haven't made up my mind, other than I know I won't be voting for Kamala. But again, the point of this video was to give my commentary on that situation that I've noticed. I previously did a video on the family that prays, and I talked about William Cartwright and Andrea, and the relevance today. So just remember that pedestal that William Cartwright gave Andrea, it was temporary. And he took that pedestal away. So
yeah, he did.
Just don't fall out with the people you love over Kamala Harris or any other political candidate. It's not wise, because at the end of the day, your loved ones that's way more important. So anyway, be blessed.
Check this.
Couple different observations from yesterday. People are very, very scary, especially white people, right? White people are scary when it comes to talking about their political affiliations. Now, I probably asked an equal amount of black people, white people, and all in between. The only people that participated on there was some white people and majority black people. Off camera, white people are willing to tell you anything you want to know. They have no problems whatsoever. And I am a very social person, meaning that I'm willing to go up to anybody, have the conversation with anybody. I'm very likable as far as like, oh, what's going on? Like, I'm a joyful person. So I got no negative pushback on some like, oh no, get out of my face type stuff. But all of the feedback was like, oh, what's the question gonna be? You know what I'm saying? That I'm gonna be asked on camera. And I tell them, like, I don't have no problem telling people because I ain't the type of person that ever catch you by surprise. Oh, what is it gonna be? Well, I'm gonna ask you, you know, what are your thoughts? And, you know, why you voting for who you voting for? As far as that. Oh, I can't do it, bro. And some of them was like, they can't do it because they job, they don't want to go viral. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to catch no L's as far as publicly and stuff like that. And it was some white people that came on the platform that did express their thoughts. One of them I did, I missed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot to hit record and it was all stupid because it was my very first one. Very first person that I interviewed was a white person. And my sample size, I wound up talking to about 25 different people. So I'll probably cut it up into 3 different videos because that's just going to be a way too long of a video. But all of them said Trump. And all of them was able to substantiate whether they was on camera or not. And they was all able to substantiate whether or not they was going to vote for him based off of policy. And they was talking about immigration. They was talking about real issues. Now, another observation that I caught yesterday was that black men that were by themselves, most of them said Trump. I can't remember one black man that was by himself that wound up saying Kamala Harris. Some of them was drunk. You'll see that in the video. Some of them was young thugs. And then other ones were, they started off by saying they were undecided. And so they was more like cautious, trying to figure out how they should play it. I'm undecided. Then I would press them a little bit. And I would ask them, well, you'll see in the interview. I don't want to give the whole thing away, but I press them a little bit. A couple more observations. Some women were undecided. And then the rest of the black people, a lot of them were Kamala Harris. But here's the thing. Most of the men that were with women would then say Kamala Harris. Let me say that again. Most of the men, like it was a couple guys that was like, oh no, you go first, you go first. And so she would go on and she was like, oh, I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she's a black woman and I wanted to see her, a first black woman and stuff like that, right? So they would say that, they would give me that spiel. I knew it was coming and I got a bevy of different answers. And so I'm going to try to release it. I don't know if I should release it today or if I should release it Wednesday, but I'm going to drop it, right? And then the guy would get on and I would say, all right, so who you rocking with? I would just go straight to him. I wouldn't even plug him up with a mic. I would just ask him straight up. And he would just be using her mic, right? Her mic would be on the lapel. All right, who you going with? And he'll look at her, Kamala. And it's like, simps are crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes will do anything for box. I mean, anything for the box. They ain't trying to mess it up. And I don't know, like, I didn't ask him if they was married. I didn't ask him if they was single. I ain't asked none of that. I ain't asked if it was just a date that they was on, because I wasn't trying to mess up their moment. But, and sorry for the win, y'all. I wasn't trying to mess up their moment. But the point is that all answers, mostly that was for Kamala Harris, were influenced, or they were from women that were liberal. And you got to remember, my sample size is not just from the people that are on camera. It's also from the people that didn't want to be on camera, but was willing to express their thoughts and why they felt the way that they was feeling. And so I didn't see anybody cite any policy. I didn't see anybody that said anything as far as Kamala Harris. And I'm just being absolutely honest because I'm going to just release it. I'm not going to modify it and edit it. I'm going to just drop the different interviews. And I think that this is something that I need to do, not only here in Detroit, but I need to do across the United States of America.
But yeah, that was the end of that. But yeah, that's all he was getting towards the end. But yeah, what do you guys think, man? Drop some comments down below and let me know. Um, it's same old, same old. Men, he was interviewing people on the street. Um, he was interviewing the women. Of course, like he said, they were saying that they were going to vote for Kamala because they want to see a black woman in office. No policies, just the fact that she's, it's off identity politics and symbolism, right? And the men, like he said with the men, they will look at the woman and, oh yeah, I'm voting for Kamala too, because they don't want the women to get mad at them. And again, you guys, that's suppressing your voice. You can't be honest. Now if you're a guy and you weighed in, the pros and cons, and you still want to vote for Kamala, then that's one thing. But if you're just voting just because your woman will get mad at you, or because your woman say, you have to vote for her, that's you're being emasculated. You know, you're being, like I say, your voice is being suppressed, man. You are not being you. You're not doing things the way you want to do it. You're just scared because if you say something that your woman don't like, now all of a sudden you got to put up with her nonsense, right? And as men, we shouldn't have to do that. We shouldn't have to be, our voices shouldn't be put under wraps because we don't want to piss somebody off, and that's the problem. People today are afraid of masculinity. You can't say what you want to say as a man because now you're toxic. If it goes against the grain, you're toxic. You're toxic. If you say that I don't want to vote for Kamala because I don't agree with her politics, or I don't want to vote for her because all she's doing is running on identity politics and symbolism, if you say you don't want to do that, then all of a sudden you're toxic. Masculinity is in jeopardy. But a lot of y'all don't see that, and a lot of men don't see it. I don't understand why you don't see it, but that's exactly what's happening. They want to, make you be a person who can only speak on things that make them feel good. Damn what you think, damn how you feel. If it goes against what they want, then you're a bad person. They don't want to hear what you have to say. So you guys, drop some comments down below, man. Let me know what you think. And it's like I said before, a vote. If you're a black man and you're voting for Kamala because your woman say you have to, then you're being emasculated. Point blank. You don't have to like it. If it don't apply to you, then fine. But if it applies to you, then it is what it is. Nothing personal. It's just that's exactly what it is. If you're voting for Kamala because your woman or women in your family saying that you have to, and they don't care what you think, then you're being emasculated. But yeah, so drop some comments down below, man. Let me know what you guys think. It's your boy JLerone with JLerone Presents. Please be good to yourselves by all means. Let's be good to one another. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.
Bucket naked.
Please hit the gym. Please hit the gym, and the pH needs to be balanced as well.
I've been drinking. I've been drinking.